It's me. Thought I'd take a nice quick tour of the yard. So this is 1 acre. Considered small out here, but it's just enough for me and the family. These are blueberry bushes. They haven't bloomed yet, of course. This is a bottle brush tree. Butterflies, love it. It's our driveway. So this little patch right here, raspberry trees I planted. They're just starting to come up. These are avocado trees. And we have pear. That's another avocado. That's our composting pit. Every time we eat whatever's left over, we throw it into our pit, which is filling up. And we rake over it. I just haven't raked over it yet. Then we have, these are lemon, lime, mandarin orange, grapefruit, regular orange, blood orange, and the peach trees are dormant right now because it's about 60 degrees out here, somewhere around there. That's my cat. So we planted wild lilac and wildflowers. That's our palm tree. And that hasn't started coming up. That'll come up in the spring. So this is the back of the acre. I have damage from a tree that fell on the fence. This is our mushroom area. We have mycelium running through here. And so mushrooms will be sprouting up for us. We have morels. We have giant wine cap. And on the way, our chanterelles, pecan ruffles, white ruffles, and truffles, and black truffles. 3 types of truffles. Which I'm not sure we can grow, but we're going to try because we're going to be selling those. This is our king sago tree. And we harvested it. We got 35 seeds from it. And Lauren and I will be potting those very shortly for the new year. They're about twice as big as this. These are baby ones. So what you do is you harvest them from the middle. It's huge, like a giant bloom. And the larger ones will just be popping out. And we harvest them, soak them in water. The ones that are viable will sink to the bottom. The ones that are not viable, which means they won't grow, they won't develop, they float. And you just toss those out. Then you have to clean the plant up. And I could have done a better job with that. So we have a berry bush, another palm tree back there. We have fir trees. So this is the back acre. And you can see our mycelium coming up for our mushrooms. It's the white that you see. Right there, right there. All this is going to be mushrooms. Delicious edible mushrooms. And I'm huffing and puffing. I just came from grocery shopping. It's my cat. Showing out. Hey, Simba. He loves this, man. He loves it. More damage from the fence. And these are flowering trees. Some have already flowered. So they don't have very many blooms on them. Few there. But all 3 of these, well 4, that one right there, are flowering trees. And these are more palm trees. Takes 10 to 15 years for these trees to actually produce seeds, and they grow very slow. There's some of the slowest growing trees still on earth. They're from the Jurassic period. That's another blooming tree. And we have pine trees. So all of these against the back fence, the side fence, are pine trees. And you just pop open the pine cones and you can eat the seeds. So we have edible food from the trees as well. So I had a berry tree fall. Contractor came out 2 days ago and cut it, chopped it. So strong wind took it down. That's the front of the house. We never come out the front of the house. All right, so these are pine needles. So the grass doesn't grow where pine trees are. All right, so I'm gonna take you around to the side. You can see the pine cones. All right, it's the berry tree that fell. So these are our oak trees. Huge live oak trees. They've been trimmed because there was damage. But they are some of the prettiest trees. And they usually have moss hanging on them. Not so much at this time of the year right now. So this is our last sago tree. Not quite as old as the one that I harvested. And it looked like it may be a male anyway. My favorite tree next to the gardenia. These are beautiful. So these are striped flowers. Apparently, it blooms year round. All right. So the front half acre, we have an old swing, the old well. Right here, some pretty trees. That's an oak tree. You can see the moss hanging from the oak tree. This is the side of the house that we use all the time. Handicap accessible. Carport needs repair. That's a newer shed, and this is the older shed. What's cool is we found some treasures back here. So when they put in the road, the previous owner saved all the shells from the swamp, and they're all piled up back here. And they're huge. Like, okay, so you see my hand, right? This is one of the shells. And there's tons of them. Her son still lives across the way. I had to make sure it wasn't a burial ground before I touched it. But apparently it's not. So this is the banana tree. And at this time of the year, it's not looking so great. Because, you know, it's about January. So it can be in the 40s. Sometimes even colder than that down here in South Carolina. Right now it's about 60. I'm out here in my sweater. This is a eucalyptus tree. It's really beautiful. You can't tell right now. I don't have a dog, so my cat plays on this doghouse. There are more eucalyptus trees back here. So, this is a pecan tree. It should produce in the spring. I did notice pecans when I got here. Just a few. The squirrels get them though. So we planted flowers all along this fence. And we're wrapping up the tour. So these are my favorite trees. These are eucalyptus trees as well. And the bark is so beautiful. It has different colors and tones to them. You may not be able to see that right now, but you'll see golds and purples. So we have 3 of those. And back around to where I started from. The bushes right here are my absolute favorite. They're gardenias, and they're white gardenias. And there's a few of those. So that's it. Gotta go finish composting. Bye.